This is Northstowe. It's the largest new town being built anywhere in the UK. That makes it historically important. In the future, people will look back and study Northstowe in much the same way they look back at grainy footage of Milton Keynes. Like Milton Keynes, this new town is being built from scratch, which is why I wanted to record what's happening here. I want to find out how a seemingly random group of people, who just so happen to live near each other, transform into a community. Do you want some toast or not really?
I want toast. Why are there always pigeons on those roofs?
My name is Mary O'Neill. I'm a mum, a musician, not a great cook, and I run a brilliant community-led arts organisation in this new town. Almost every day families are moving in here. I've become a bit obsessed with removal vans recently. I mean, all those books, blankets, photos, memories, pots and pans, socks and settees. But those vans are also full of excitement, expectation, hope and change. I mean, new schools, new jobs, new colleagues, friends, communities, and new neighbours.
Okay, because we come from all over the world, being in Northstowe doesn't make us outsider. We are around people like us, like from everywhere. Last time I take a coffee with Indonesian girl. The neighbor is from, where's the neighbor from? I think they're Spanish. And this one, I cannot remember.
He's from Manchester.
Really? Oh, it's the accent. Yeah, but we have Hungarian, we have from everywhere, so we are happy.
It's not all about, places aren't all about the buildings, it's about the people, and there's a lot of people here that care a lot about the community, and we come together a lot, and these are the things we do, all the different amenity societies and clubs, and actually this is the one thing it has is heart. So the housing crisis is the biggest issue facing the UK right now. It's bad everywhere, especially in the southeast. Building on the edge of existing places and greenbelt land is obviously difficult. So Northstowe, brownfield land on the edge of Cambridge, perfect place to build a new town. So it's all eyes on Northstowe because this is the model for new towns in the UK going forward. There's going to be 10,000 homes, that's 25,000 people. And there's pressure right there because we have to get it right. And I honestly believe we are. Just over there, we've already provided allotments for this town. Very few new towns at such an early stage have allotments already provided. Digging for victory is ingrained in our national DNA.
So I grew up not far from here, went away to university, met my husband, and then wanted to move back to be near Cambridge, somewhere we could afford to buy, somewhere we could have space to raise a family. So we moved back just after my eldest Florence was born, and yeah, we live sort of 300 yards that way. So I'm a doctor. I'm in rotational training. I could be asked to work anywhere in the region. So we wanted somewhere that had good connections, good transport links around. We've enjoyed making connections with our neighbours as people have moved in, and so actually we did want to be in somewhere new, and that's been a real blessing for us actually. Yeah, the kids, when they start at the primary school, they were among the first students at the primary school. Things are growing around them, and they're growing up as part of that, which we love. Yeah.
It's refreshing seeing the kids digging into the soil, planting vegetables. And that got me thinking, what was here before these new houses began to pop up?
Hi. I will come and tell you about it. It's fascinating. Pretty much everybody knows that there was an airfield at Oakington. So we've got that on the radar. What people don't know is that actually this site has been inhabited since Neolithic times. I mean, they've actually found, going back to the earliest times, you can see on these maps here, you've got prehistoric, Iron Age and Roman in the different colour markings. You can see the busway, so you can see clearly where the shape of Northstowe is. And you've got something from every era, basically. So from the Neolithic, they found flints, but basically from the Iron Age onwards, there were settlements. So they found the buildings. This is a Roman shrine. And one of the biggest things we've got is the Roman contribution. So all of the stuff that I made the sculpture with was actual Roman pottery.
And just
which is just
it.
actually,
Incredible, isn't it? Yeah.
You, the archaeologist, and the Roman that used it 2,000 years ago.
So I've been in the master planning team for Northstowe for 10 years. For me, as a town planner, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to kind of make your mark on a completely new town. But with great power comes great responsibility. We have to get it right. And that sense of responsibility kind of really weighs on everyone involved in this project. We want to get it right for the residents who live here. So we've got this great opportunity to take the best bits from new towns over the last 100 years, going right back to the original garden towns like Letchworth and Welwyn. And then looking at more recent examples and international examples, Malmo and Freiburg. We've got really good green infrastructure, and to some extent the space between buildings is as important as the buildings themselves. 10,000 homes is a lot of homes, and if they were to all feel the same, it would feel quite kind of monotonous and you'd almost get lost in the town, whereas with character areas, we're requiring developers to introduce different look and feel to homes so that people know where they are within the town, within the development. They know that they turn a corner and there'll be an area of different character. It will look different and it will feel different. And this encourages people to kind of get out and explore.
If I'm honest, as nice as these houses are, it's not really the houses that interest me. It's the people who've chosen to live here. And families are the building blocks of any society. Children are the future, or so they say.
You want to make your way to lessons now? You want to start making your way to lessons? Guys, would you like to start making your way towards lessons?
Very much work on the pastoral element of the students, so the personal growth and well-being of each child, to ensure that we make students that are successful learners, confident citizens, and actually they are embedding that when they go out into our local community. And community is our kind of key word here in school, because actually we really are in that hub of that community. We expand far and wide to allow different groups to use the facilities. We've got scout groups that are regularly represented us. We have badminton groups. We have adult education. All of these elements that allow people in the community to experience the school itself and actually the fantastic facilities that we've got. We often say that once the students arrived at Northstowe, within a couple of weeks it's like they've always been there, and actually that's not necessarily been down to the child itself, but the community that's been built and the endeavours of those children around them, welcoming them into the school and saying, you're part of the family straight away.
In the beginning, Northstowe, when we moved, it was basically a building site. It is still, depends on where you live. You have young kids that are very into diggers. It's amazing because they are entertained for the whole day. My name is Carla. This is Christina. I've been in Northstowe for 4 years, and I've been in the town council for 3 years now. Because it's a new development and it's not what it is now, but it's thinking in the future what Northstowe is going to be. Two of the key initiatives that we've been working very hard was to set up a market, a weekly market and a monthly. And also we have a weekly community lounge where everyone's welcome. So yeah, if you want to make change, you need to get involved in the conversation.
The UK is full of new build estates springing up on the edges of existing towns. And those residents can obviously tap into the existing infrastructure, bus routes, GPs, shops, pubs that already exist. Some residents in Northstowe are understandably critical of the time it is taking to get these kinds of amenities here.
Lovely to see you.
Oh, thanks for coming. Oh, thank you very much. I think it's actually interesting what you said about there being the space. Like, I don't think the space is the issue, because actually the Long-Stanton surgery is actually very close to most people in Northstowe for like walkable distance.
Long-Stanton isn't actually open many days of the week.
No,
So it is more of a GP issue, and it was never the plan at this point to have a GP surgery in Northstowe.
Yes.
So although it feels like we're in a big town, and it is going to be a big town, it isn't at the moment, which doesn't alleviate any frustration with trying to get a doctor's appointment, but I think you're right in that that's like across the country.
Definitely. I think that will come with, like, when the town centre is built, there'll be more, like, you know, flats and that kind of stuff, which will hopefully bring in a different type of, like, the society as well. So yeah, we should hopefully see that when the shops come.
Well, I think for us, we moved from Manchester to Cambridge, but really we couldn't afford to live in Cambridge. Cambridge is really quite an expensive place to live in. So when we wanted a bigger house, a music room, you know, we have a teenager, and we got a good school nearby, we chose to move to Northstowe because that is one of the cheapest places. We've really enjoyed living here. We've been here since 2017.
Bit of a bumpy start though, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bumpy start, you know.
Well, to be honest, I was very, you know, I'm a Manc, I was very settled in Cholton. I'd had a nice life, all my friends, all my family are still there. So the idea of just upping sticks and moving to Cambridge, which I didn't know at all, was like, why? Just why? However, I was made redundant. I was just looking about at jobs online, and I saw an opportunity from Cambridge Uni looking for male primary school teachers. So I was like, maybe it's a possibility. So I got in touch and went for an interview. Boom.
I set up Northstowe Foodies with my colleague Molly Clark in 2020, so just before COVID. It's been really successful. The pop-up, the food trucks, the market stalls. It's just so exciting because as a community we can literally shape what happens next. Yeah, looking forward to the town centre.
The need for a town centre is growing, but who gets to decide what Northstowe Town Centre will look like? I mean, are we talking about quaint home counties cafes or McDonald's, boutiques or bingo halls, farm shops or fast food? And who's to say which is better? Who better to put these tricky questions to than one of the town's master planners?
So what we're looking at here is the plot that will be the future town centre. So this is the high street effectively, and over on the left we're planning a really important facility, the market hall, that will be the beating heart of the town centre. That will be linked to a civic hub with a new public space, a new plaza, library, community space and health provision. And that will bring activity into the town centre. There will be people enjoying events there, Christmas, summer events, there'll be market stalls, etc. So this is all planned on this plot here, adjoining the education campus, the 2 and 3 schools that are already open. We're planning it now. We're looking to bring this forward in the next 3 to 4 years where we've got the population to support facilities.
One thing that differentiates Northstowe from its neighbouring villages is its diversity. There are people here from all over the world.
we all have similar aspirations.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we are passionate about what we do.
It's quite often young families, and we are all looking to make those connections, to support each other, to help each other wherever needed. If you want to do something with the community, you'll find your place where you can help. Yeah.
When I first moved here, there was no shops, there was a community wing. And that's how we used to meet.
Yeah.
We wouldn't go to people's houses,
Yeah.
we'd go there.
To the community.
Kids would be playing table tennis, we'd be having a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
It's just about that sort of sense of belonging.
Oh yeah, the community lounge.
yeah,
Community lounge was very
Exactly,
helpful
yeah.
in doing that, yeah.
And that's how a lot of other people came, and we knew who these people were. It doesn't matter what religion we are, we live together, we have to be together and try and, minimise any of this conflict that's going around in the world.
I think it was Gandhi who said that the true measure of a society or community is how it treats its weakest or most vulnerable members. I think there's some truth to this. So, how does Northstowe stand up to this scrutiny?
I started playing the harp about 12 years ago and started having lessons up until my partner had dementia, was taken into a care home, and my partner sadly died in 2019. That was my incentive gone because he used to love to hear me playing. And I dwindled and didn't touch it for a long time. And after the first lockdown, I thought, this isn't any good. And my daughter lives in Longstanton, and so we started to look around, and Northstowe was being built. We found a house and I went round the showroom. I moved up at the end of 2020. The boys, the 3 grandsons, were thrilled. And haven't looked back. We set the food bank up. It'll be 3 years this summer, and our numbers have gone up. At the moment there's a need because I think the cost of living crisis, and people just haven't got the spare cash. I think a good community is people who will perhaps tolerate each other, regardless of anything. I miss my friends in Woking, but I love being close to my family. The boys drop in whenever they want to. The door's always open. And I just picked the harp up again and started to learn it.
Lovely, thank you.
Hello, hi Angela, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good, come in.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Don't worry about your shoes.
Bless you. What a lovely day.
It is. It's been a bit of a strange weather week.
It has.
Rain and then sun.
As long as it stays like this for the rest of the weekend, that's good for me. Yeah. Just sort of pop round just to see how things are. How's everything with you?
Yeah, really good. My situation before I lived here, I was living in a 2-bed house in Walsham, sleeping on a single bed with my baby for 18 months. I had about this much floor space in my living room. We lived like that for a long time. It was really hard, and this is just my dream house. Me and my family are just, the community's amazing. We've settled in. Like, it's just honestly been so incredible. Thank you.
You know, I'm really pleased that you found the benefits of obviously moving to the area. How do you find the area? What do you think of the development?
Really amazing. I found a church almost the moment I moved in. I didn't know anyone in the area. All my family kind of live in Suffolk, and I had surgery quite soon after I moved, and I needed support. So there's a church just up the road called Emmanuel, and they have just met me where I'm at, and just incredible people just put a support network around me, and have just been such an amazing support. And there's lots of like baby groups and stuff that goes on. The cabin's really good for like events. There's a board game evening me and my daughter go to on a Tuesday night, which is really nice.
A true community is about all walks of life and all different people living together. We need mixed tenure because everyone's journey and their life background is very different and their affordability is very different. So in Northstowe, we have 277 rented properties, which has a combination of affordable homes and shared ownership properties.
Fantastic.
Welcome to Stirling Fields.
It's nice to be here.
You want to follow me through? This is a typical apartment that we have here. In total, the whole scheme offers a range of 119 one and two bedroom apartments and 2-bedroom homes, only available to first-time buyers. The scheme is run in conjunction with Homes England and South Cambridgeshire District Council, and to date we've sold just under 30 homes to new first-time buyers who wouldn't typically be able to afford within the local area.
That's great, isn't it? Yeah, it's fantastic. And what is the discount on a home like this?
So typically a discount will be 20%, which is a massive saving and gets first-time buyers onto the property ladder.
Really makes a
when
difference.
They couldn't normally afford to do so.
Yeah, and you've got houses as well as apartments available on that scheme?
Yes, so we've got a mixture of 1 and 2 bedroom apartments and 2-bedroom houses, all available on the scheme.
To me, community is about more than buildings. It's about the people that live here. And I want to show that we're coming together. This community is lucky in some ways because it has the community centre. It's really busy because people are choosing to get involved.
I think it's easy to, first of all, you move in, you're very busy with the move, etc., and just settling in. It's easy to to not sort of get out there and do things, but especially in the last year or so, or even in the last couple of years here, more and more things have sprung up, more and more facilities are here for people to go out and meet each other, and it's getting easier and easier. So I'm Hector Marden. I'm a personal trainer. I've got my own business, Shape Exchange. I also run Park Play here in Northstowe, which is a free for everyone event for both kids and adults to come along to have a nice time. That's every week, and that's something we're just starting off again, and I'm really enjoying. It's a lovely initiative, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it grow as Northstowe grows as well. I also help out at the cabin with the charity Northstowe Hub. Ended up forming the charity to actually run both a coffee mornings at the new community centre and mothers and babies support group, other things like that. It's very exciting to be part of this whole new town project and to see it come together and actually be part of it, helping shape it a little bit. I'm very much enjoying that aspect. Some say it's a bit of an experiment, but I think it's always, these things are always going to have teething issues, but there is the support there. There is so many people here, part of the community, who want this to work and it to be a thriving, happy town. I don't see that stopping. That's going to keep going and keep getting better.
I think the community is when you build bonds between people, and that can be through sport or art or music, where you have a variety of different beliefs or backgrounds, but you feel there's a common strand between you. So that's why I'm optimistic about Northstowe, because there are all kinds of things developing that will bind us together into a community. If you want change, you've got to get stuck in, you've got to get involved in the community. You can't just come home at night, close the door and watch the telly. You've got to get out and meet people and say, oh, let's build an allotment. Let's see if we can get a cinema group together. Let's see if we can start a cafe or whatever, and that's what builds a community.
I think it's important to remember that we're at sort of moment in time with Northstowe where it's less than 20% built out. So it has some facilities, but it doesn't have the full range of facilities yet. They will come on stream as the town grows and develops and there's more population to support them. Yeah, I think it's just important to remember the fact that it's a kind of work in progress, Northstowe. It has some good facilities for the size of the place at the moment, but more facilities will come on board as the population grows, and that could be over the next 10-20 years.
I think now's quite a special time in Northstowe. Before it gets too big, everyone knows each other. We want to get to know each other, and that's doable. And that won't last forever. There's still a lot of development still to go, a lot of building work still to happen. And eventually we won't all know each other. But right now, we do, and we're enjoying that. Martin Luther King's wife, Coretta, devoted much of her time to building community cohesion. She famously said, "The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members, a heart of grace and a soul generated by love."